Hello everybody, welcome to Community Distance Reiki, a very special Community Distance Reiki for the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday. I'm so glad to see you all here. If you are new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you are watching this on the replay, know that you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. And if you would like to join us live, go ahead and check out that description below. All of my regular stream days and times are listed there. I'm usually here 5 days a week, same times, same days. But I do occasionally pop up, like today, for some very special streams. If you want to know about those, go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on so that you don't miss an opportunity. You can also learn about online Reiki classes with me, as well as my community Discord, my crystal shop, and all of my social media in the description below. If you're here live, go ahead and click that live chat button and make any requests that you happen to have for your personal well-being. And we will start by building a beautiful crystal grid to honor all of the requests of all of you here today. We'll build that together, and then at about the 45 to 55 minute point, we will transition into the Reiki sending, where I will turn the lights down, turn the music up, and send healing energy to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. So thank you everyone for being here with me. I've already got the crystal grid a little bit started, so let's dive right in and keep on building. Okay, so what do we have here? So we've got our usual copper. It's here every time that we do our thing. Copper helps to break up any blockages. It also helps to get the Reiki and the energy moving more optimally. And we've got some nephrite jade, which we've been working with recently for just all around good fortune, wellness, well-being, luck, happiness, all of those beautiful things right there in the middle. And okay, good. So we've got some requests. So I definitely saw Cora Carr and Grace, as well as Susan, Kimberly, Jennifer. Good to see you all. Chris, good to see you too. JS, wonderful to see you. Awesome. So let's go ahead and start adding some of the crystals in. Just hold on one moment while I adjust my mic. Apologies for the noise. Okay, there we go. And if we hear anything, the foster kittens are going ham under the desk. Oh, yep, they're attacking my feet. So per request from Grace, I hope you're doing well. We've got rhodonite, yellow calcite, and jet. So jet helps us process grief. It is a type of fossilized wood that's been fossilized through very quick and sudden change. So we may see this coming from volcanic shifts or like very hot, intense fire that causes the trees to fossilize very quickly. It helps us to be present in our grief while not overwhelmed by it and not kind of bypassing it, so that we can work through it but not be alone. It's a wonderful stone for any kind of grief. And we've been working with that quite a bit. We also have rhodonite, which is another good one for grief and for kind of love lost and unrequited love as well. Rhodonite helps us to heal from those things that we've experienced and begin to open up to love again, even if not immediately. This is what it looks like. It can be more pink or more black, but it's definitely a little bit of both. It's also helpful for emotional abuse and any time that we've been belittled. And so we don't give our emotions, the same weight or gravity or importance that we give other people's demands. This can be a great stone for that. This is also helpful for anyone that is looking to work through anything involving breakups along with unrequited love, but can also be love lost through passing away. So we'll bring that in. We work with this stone here a lot. It helps us quite a bit. It's a beautiful stone, but also very complex in what it has to offer. There we go. A lot of folks also work with it for allergies, autoimmune stuff, and asthma. and that's me. I have all of the above. Yellow calcite helps us to be in our happiness, our joy. It helps to support the solar plexus chakra, the sense of self, of who we are, but also allows us to embrace a sense of joy, this joy in who we are, not sort of like looking at ourselves, looking down on ourselves and all of those self-critical things, but really sort of, and also not like I have to change before I can be proud of myself, but this is who I am. I'm really happy about it. I'm going to experience some joy right here and now in this present moment. So here's some yellow calcite. So I hope that brings in some happiness. The cats are play fighting, if you heard that. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It's good to see you, Vincent. Okay, so let's tick back so I don't miss anyone. Jen, you want your printer to not spaz out and go offline because you don't want to go to a big box store right now. Oh, I hear you. If you end up, Jen has a wonderful crystal shop and everything on her own, and we are in the same neighborhood in West Philly. So if you end up needing a little help there, I've got a printer. Let me know. Do not go to the big box store this weekend. I got you. We'll make it okay. So let's see. Also see work stress. Yeah, definitely. So let's see. What do we have for work stress and things? I would say the first thing that pops to my mind when folks are like, please help my machinery not bug out, is Shungite, because this works with geopathic stress and electromagnetic fields. So it's definitely something that could potentially help our electronics and our relationship to our electronics. But it does so much else too. It helps to absorb not so happy energy, negative energy of all varieties. It helps to clear our energy field. It helps those who are especially sensitive to energy fields. It's also great for any kind of physical recovery and tissue repair. So if you've recently been injured or getting better from a surgery, this can be a stone that can be helpful. And it's great for just stress and emotional pain in general. So let's go ahead and bring some of this in. Let's actually go ahead and put that right here. So there's some Shungite for that. And we've got some other good ones. Heart healing, grieving, and happiness. Absolutely. Garnet, flower, agate, white coral. I was going to add garnet for the request around Vincent, so that makes perfect sense. Garnet, flower, agate, white coral. And every time you reset your router, your printer can't figure out how to go back online. I've given up and I just wire them together. I don't even do the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth or anything, but let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I'm happy to print stuff out for you here. And I'm picking out some stones for Chris. The kicker is it goes offline as an Ethernet cable? Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh. Oh no. Absolutely key. Okay, recovering from a stroke. So let's see. Blue kyanite helps with that. I'll bring that in. Okay, let's see. Picking some of the ones that Chris has requested. Amazonite, Howlite, Selenite. Aqua Aura, Emerald, Angelite. Rutilated quartz, Herkimer. And for those of you who might be new, you don't have to request a specific stone. You can request what you want the healing to support, and I'm happy to pick them for you too. So let's dive in. Herkimer and Chevron quartz are two that I've been working with for the support of Susan and Greg. And so today, especially because we already had a request for Herkimer, let's bring that in. Herkimer helps us to be in the present moment, and it helps us to manifest. And that can be really helpful when we're looking to manifest and ask the universe for something, to be grounded in what is happening now and not just what we want in the future. It can be really helpful for perspective. But also when we manifest, something that I think gets overlooked is we want it to be in alignment with not only our highest good, but everyone else's along the way as well. And Herkimer helps us with that. This can also help support intuition, as well as, intuition, as well as just balancing energies that feel maybe not so much in alignment. That can be helpful, like those of you who are in the US, which I know is not all of you. Today is the Thanksgiving holiday, and that can be really challenging for so many folks. So this can help balance those energies that don't quite balance on their own, helping find that in between. So there we go. We also have Flower Blossom Agate, which helps us bloom and blossom into the next highest version of ourselves. Absolutely love it. Let's go ahead and put that in the middle. We've also got Garnet. Garnet is courage, organization, empowerment, but also practicality. This is a great leadership stone, especially if you want to be self-motivated, self-driven, and a leader in your own right. If you're looking to take on any kind of working for yourself type things, or taking more ownership and leadership in your own life, excellent stone to work with. It can also help with like strength, especially in times of change. It's very grounding. It helps the root chakra, which embodies all of our basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight. So if you're struggling with like anxiety and feeling like you might not have enough basic stuff, this is one that can help you feel supported in that. But yeah, in general, practical, organized, staying on task, this is a great stone for all of those. So that's Garnet. Garnet is also the birthstone of January. Oh, Vincent's got a printer that might work. Oh, thank you, Chris. You're totally welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Intention to manifest patchouli leaf, European mandrake, and belladonna because your suppliers are all out of stock. Ugh. Let me know if you still can't find any. I may know somebody who can get some. Maybe. Okay. HP printers are not fun. I give you that. For help with the stroke, blue kyanite, this helps neurological care and recovery from stroke in terms of like a lot of people report that. Of course, it's nothing that we're doing here is going to replace any other kind of care from any other kind of avenue, including and especially medical care. But this is one that's thought to help mobility and the ability to communicate, especially in regards to stroke, but any kind of stroke recovery. Also, understanding spiritual guidance. So if you're doing a lot of intuitive work, or if you are getting dreams or anything like that, and you're struggling to figure out what the meanings are, this can be helpful. And for radical self-acceptance, accepting yourself exactly as you are, and with everything we've seen going on in the LGBTQIA plus community, helpful, very, very helpful. And, you know, all of the lovely Thanksgiving holiday family things that try to convince us we're not good enough. This is a good one. And we have one of my foster kittens, Gertie, here, holding it down. Yeah, you purring. Good stuff. Bringing your good energy. Thank you. So yeah, this is blue kyanite. Let's actually do, yeah. There we go. And I wish the best for your friend. I'm so sorry to hear about that. And Angelite helps us also with intuitive abilities, especially connecting with our spirit guides and helpers. Also helps us with losing weight if that's our intention, and with money management. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that in by request. So that is Angelite. It's a very common stone for our grids. And in case, do you want to play with a bag? Oh, you got a bag to play with. There you go. Aqua Aura can be very helpful with anyone struggling with depression. Again, nothing here is a replacement for anything. I struggle with depression, and I find this helpful in addition to all the other things I do. So yeah, Aqua Aura is clear quartz that has gone through a process, a man-made process using titanium to turn it this color blue. It's really interesting. So we'll bring this in. Let's try this here. Hematite can be excellent for grounding and also for kind of purification, especially on the physical level. Like if we've ingested something that's maybe not so great for us, or if we're looking to just sort of clear our field, pardon for the clankety clank, on all levels. Hematite in more ancient Greece, we saw it used, it was thought to help purify the blood, which is why it starts with the prefix hema, as in hemoglobin, hematology, having to do with the blood. So I feel like this is an extremely grounding stone. It helps us feel like we're connected to the earth. It helps us feel like we can let go of what's no longer serving us and kind of let it flow out into the ground. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this out. There we go. Hey, Christina. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Christina. Rhodonite can be helpful. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Let's see. Okay. We also have next in line aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite. Aragonite is a type of calcite, as is the blue Caribbean calcite. And while they are both in the same specimen, they do very opposite things. They both help balance parts of our energy field. The aragonite, the brownish parts, that relates a lot more to our earth star chakra and our root chakra. Those connect us to our basic needs, primal urges, but also enacting our spiritual purpose. It's more like physical, tangible, earth-based stuff. Whereas the Caribbean blue calcite is the upper chakra, so like the crown and the third eye, and that's connection to all things, connection to divinity, intuition. So having these two together in the same specimen is thought to help balance the entire energy field, and which ultimately allows for the energy to flow up the chakra system, up the Ida and Pingala nadis, and it can help us to raise the Kundalini energy, which ultimately connects us to Samadhi, or realization of enlightenment. So this is a beautiful stone for anyone that's having Kundalini awakening, who's not looking so much to shove it down and push it down, but to balance it and have it flow optimally. So we'll bring that in. We'll go ahead and we'll put it here. Hey, what are you doing? Kittens are a little overstimulated from playing earlier. There you go. We've also got Angelite, which helps us to connect with our angels, as one would suspect from such a name stone. Oh, hey. There you go. There you go. Play with that. Okay, I've got an assistant here who's taking the bags out of my way and chewing on them and giving them lots of good kitty love. So Angelite, as I mentioned, it helps us connect with our angels. That allows us to connect with divine guidance. That has to do with our movement forward, our path in life, and our soul's purpose. It also helps us to feel less alone when we need some spiritual support and to get guidance that's in our best, highest good. So we'll bring that in. Hey you. Howlite is an excellent stone for anger, resentment, and even frustration. These difficult emotions can help spur us into action, which is great, but they can also be really uncontrollable, which is less great. Hey. How about you play with this one? There you go. So it helps us to process whatever is at the root of those hard feelings so that we can deal with them and move through them. Also helps to optimize, loves the scarf, also helps to optimize the bones, teeth, and hair so that if you have a broken bone, if you struggle with bone density like I do, this can be a great stone to help with all of that. So we'll bring that in. Ow! Kitten, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know how much of this you can see. It's adorable, but it's also very strange. Hey! Why don't you show everybody how cute you are if you're going to do this? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for kisses. Thank you for kisses. Yeah, let's try not to attack me, though. Yeah, let's not do that. We also have the white coral, as we mentioned earlier. White coral, as we mentioned earlier, this helps us to embrace our soul's purpose without being distracted by self-doubt and sort of the opinions of others that can get in our way, sort of the, you can't do that. Those kinds of attitudes that hold us back, this is a great antidote to that. So we'll bring that in. I'm going to actually bring it in this way, and I'm going to put the jet here and there. What are you doing, kitten? You're going ham. Yes, you are. Chilling it out. Let's chill it out. Let's chill it out. Yeah. Let's chill it out. Yeah, we're chilling. You and me. Here. Amazonite helps with the spinal nerves as well as the actual spine itself. But even more importantly, it can be super helpful for those of us who struggle with not giving ourselves enough self-care. If it's someone who, especially if you're in one of the caregiving professions, somebody who puts everyone before themselves and then gets a little burnt out, Amazonite might be right for you. It's a beautiful stone for that. It can also help heal a lot of the cracks in a broken heart. It's deeply loving and supportive. Some folks consider it a good luck amulet, so hey, can't hurt, right? But more than anything, it's one that I find to be very calming, that reminds us that we are as important as anyone else and we need to take care of ourselves before we take care of others. And so yeah, we will bring in some Amazonite. Let's see what else we have. That you all are so grateful for this community. I'm grateful for all of you. Oh, absolutely. Help for your friend that had a heart attack. Absolutely. Let's see, cardiac function. Let's do some tourmalinated quartz. This is clear quartz that has black tourmaline running through it. And this is helpful for so many things. It's one of the stones, along with moonstone, that's often thought of as protection in travel, anytime you're traveling. But particularly, it's thought to really break things up, especially old stuff, old patterns, old belief structures, and old pains, whether it's on an emotional level or a physical level. This is thought to help break up scar tissue and also help to open and reopen anything around the heart and the cardiac function. It's thought to help optimize the flow through that area of fluids and things, but it's also thought to optimize where there's any kind of scar tissue. And that can include, in at least theoretically, on the physical body. Say, for example, you get a surgery like on a joint or a limb, and now scar tissue is inhibiting function or movement. This is often thought of to be very helpful. So we'll bring this in. I hope that your friend is doing as well as can be expected. I hope that this helps. Of course, like I said, these support all of the things that we do for our health and well-being, but they're not a replacement for anything. I think we all know that. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Selenite. I always keep selenite right at the base of the grid every time I'm making a grid. I've got a bunch on the bookshelves behind me too, if you see it, kind of on the top shelf, and even on the shelf before you see sort of the empty space where the cats often knock over my tarot cards. Selenite reflects pure white light. This can help us to clear the energy of a space and to keep it clear, but it's also excellent for clearing the energy of your crystals. So if you're ever in a space where you're like, how do I clear this stone? I don't know how to clear the energy. Can I put it in water? What about the moon? Dark moon, new moon? How do I do this? Selenite. Selenite works on every single crystal. You can put it in a dish or a tray or on a shelf and put the crystals touching it. Leave them there for just a couple of hours, and it generally clears and recharges their energy right along the way. This does not go in water. It's so soft, you can actually write on the sidewalk with it, much like chalk. So don't put this in water. It will start to melt, believe it or not. But this is helpful for, like I said, reflecting nothing but pure white light, which shifts the energy of anywhere, but also helps to clear the energy of your crystals and stones. So let's put that right here. Yeah. You're so welcome. Let's see. And Jen was looking for grounding stones, something to help Christina as well. JS, I totally missed you. Oh, and Jen as well. Amethyst, all the calming and grounding stones, absolutely. And JS, we have peace, positive communication, healthy relationships, being confident in yourself, and having a loving inner dialogue, absolutely. For the inner dialogue and the way that we communicate with ourselves, absolutely epidote. This can also be recovery from an illness or injury, and that includes especially anything with the brain. So for the friend of Keys that had the stroke, definitely that. Nervous system, the entire nervous system. And anybody that wants to connect with earth energy, like the fairy realm, but specifically, this is one I work with a lot for negative self-talk. Epidote looks like a darker version of Unikite often, but not always. And yeah, this is all the things that it does. Definitely recovery from illness and injury, no matter what it is, but especially the way that we communicate to ourselves, our inner dialogue. And healthy relationships, confident in yourself. Let's do some honey calcite. This works really well with yellow calcite, and we work with this stone a lot too. This is everything from bringing in optimism to attracting good folks to our lives, whether it's friends, neighbors, colleagues, love interests. But it helps to balance the sacral and the solar plexus chakras. Solar plexus is our sense of self, our free will, our what we want to do in life, following our own path. The sacral is how we relate to others and making space for them, then making space for us. So it can help around having really good harmonious relationships and attracting people that you can have those good, beneficial, mutually beneficial relationships with. It's also thought to help just in general optimism, even in the most difficult of times. So we'll bring that in. And amethyst, calming and grounding. Cool. And then we will move on to the next part of our adventure. Hey, Maria, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Happy Thanksgiving. Amethyst is helpful for taking responsibility for ourselves, but also learning not to be overly responsible for others. This is an excellent stone for spirituality, especially folks that are just beginning to open up to spirituality or opening up to spirituality in new ways. Helpful for the crown and the third eye chakra, but not in a way that is unbalancing, and in general, just supportive of you experiencing spirit and intuition in a way that is most uniquely yours. So we'll bring that in. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better. Let's go ahead and put this under the Angelite. And grounding, we have red Jasper, one of my ultimate favorite grounding stones, along with hematite. This helps to balance and support the root chakra, which is when that's out of balance in one direction, it can be anxiety and just feeling a sense of disconnectedness from this earth. And on the other side of imbalance, it could be something more like not adequately being able to acknowledge things that are potentially dangerous. So people that take unnecessary risks, like daredevil to the extreme kind of stuff. So yeah, this can be very, very grounding and help us to feel like, oh, I'm here. I can recognize where I am kind of stone. I'm here. I'm alive. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. Where shall we place you? Let's put you here. And fluorite can be so helpful with calming and relaxing. So let's bring that in. Fluorite grows in these natural octahedrons. There's so much fluorite can do. And of course, it's helpful for the obvious, like helpful for our teeth. That's why we have fluoride in our toothpaste. But also in general, like calming anxiety, relaxing, being present in the moment, and just allowing ourselves to tune in to the higher vibrations of things like joy and happiness. So we'll bring that in too. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and pick a couple of stones that I think, in addition to the requests that you all had, that I think would be supportive to the overall theme of everything that everyone asked for. And I'll pick a couple of those. Y'all will vote on which one you think would be the best one. Hint, hint. Yeah. For those of you who are new, you're not limited to just one vote. And while you all are voting on that, I'm going to explain what Reiki is and how it works. So give me a moment to just kind of think about a couple of stones, chat amongst yourselves. If you haven't already liked the stream, consider doing so. And I will be back in just a moment after I see what might be a good help for this grid. Oh, thank you for lighting a candle, Chris. Okay, so 2 stones. One is rutilated smoky quartz. Smoky quartz helps with the optimal flow of energy, but more than anything, transmuting negative energy. It doesn't just move it along or repel it, it actually changes it. It's also really helpful for protection as well as intuition, and with protecting even like a physical space or structure. This was used even medieval times and probably before to help protect a home or a business from theft. So tourmalinated smoky quartz and rutilated smoky quartz. And rutilated, the rutils add this sense of bringing the energy exactly where it needs to go and helping to balance mind and body. So that can be extremely helpful for this. Also helps with energizing you, and it's thought to help energize you to keep from getting ill or bring your energy back after you have been ill. So rutilated smoky quartz. And the other is this beautiful clear quartz point. Clear quartz is a magnifier. It's a stone that helps to bring up the energy of anything that's near it. It's also thought to be, it's very much like a blank slate. So if you have an intention and you put it into a clear quartz crystal, it becomes like your talisman. So you can essentially DIY your own healing crystal with clear quartz. When it's in a point like this, it helps to take all of the intentions and like laser focus them where they need to go. So clear quartz, rutilated smoky quartz. Go ahead and place your votes if you haven't already. If you haven't liked the stream, please do. And I'm just going to quickly explain what Reiki is, and then we're going to get into the healing. So go ahead and get nice and comfy, and we will be going off to Reiki land very soon. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about Reiki classes with me, or my community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, as well as the regular days and times that I stream here on YouTube, go ahead and check out that description box below. You can learn all about it. I work with Usui Reiki most of all, and Usui Reiki was, it's a method that was created in the early 1920s in Japan by Mikao Usui, who, while someone who grew up in Japan with a samurai family and was very well versed in Japanese culture, he also studied and practiced a form of esoteric Buddhism called Tendai, as well as studying different forms of shamanic practice, early forms of martial arts, and some really interesting practices along the lines of Confucianism and Taoism. So a lot of deep thought and a lot of thinking and perspective. With all of these things and more that he worked with, this method was thought to really help folks in the early 1920s Japan to connect with this energy practice, which is something, energy practices like Reiki existed in Japan since ever. But this particular method helped folks to create a stronger connection to it and have a way of utilizing it to help support their loved ones and even professional clients around them to help them live the most balanced life they possibly could. This particular method, with being in early 1920s Japan was going through quite a bit, especially in the uprisings and the rising up of imperialism, and things like different religions not being allowed to be practiced in the open. It was a very difficult time to have connection to spirituality that was authentic and yours, and to teach these things in open. This particular method has, of course, resonated with us in the West because it's secular and it works. But the very core concepts that are the foundation of this practice are in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. And in Shintoism, everything has a soul, everyone has a soul, and everything is inextricably linked. There's sort of a web of life. We're all interconnected, and we're all sharing and influencing one another. So in this interconnectedness, while we are all our own separate beings, there's a number of things being shared, and one of them is this energy, for lack of a better term. We don't really have the perfect words in the West, but energy that would often be described as a spiritually guided soul energy, and that's what Reiki literally translates to. Essentially, it's thought that this energy is already flowing through you and me and everyone and everything around us. And by connecting with it with intention, we can have a more optimal flow. And essentially, in this session, what I'll be doing is connecting to this energy that we all have access to and directing more of it to you. This energy is something that your body, mind, and spirit are already working with. And bringing in more of it allows your innate sense of healing wisdom to utilize more of what's available to your highest good and best interest. You can set any intention for your personal healing that you want to, up to and including whatever's good. And that's perfect. Your body will take over. Essentially, during this session, what I encourage you to do is just get as physically comfortable as you can. Lay down, sit up, cover your eyes, enjoy the music, and just sort of relax. If you feel like this is also a good time for you to journal or do some yoga stretching or move around or play some music, journal, whatever, go ahead and do that. Trust that whatever you feel encouraged to do is in your greatest good. During the session, you may feel things in your physical body. You may feel some emotions come up. Your thoughts may kind of come to you, and even your subconscious may speak to you. You may also get some intuitive wisdom. Whatever happens or doesn't, go ahead and just relax and enjoy. At the end of the 25-minute session, I will come back in. You'll hear my voice encourage you to take a deep breath and come on back. I'll then reopen the chat and happily answer any questions that you have. You can share any experiences that you feel empowered to share. And during the session, don't be surprised if you feel like you want to just take a nap, or if you're not quite sure if you're awake or asleep. All of these things are pretty natural. If you are feeling distracted, just take a deep breath in and out, and know that you don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep a silent mind. You can simply exist and be exactly as you are. So if you want to take part in the healing, go ahead and just get cozy. I'm going to turn the lights down. You'll see them move gently and slowly through several different colors, but without flashing or strobing. And the music, you'll see the music creator linked in the description below. You can go ahead and check out her YouTube channel if you enjoy it and want to listen to it during the day like I do. And from there, we'll go ahead and just enjoy the Reiki. So thank you for being here. Just as we are all interconnected, and it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me in terms of miles or kilometers, it also doesn't matter when you are. So you can always enjoy a past stream or enjoy this in the future. Hello from the past. And feel the healing energy no matter when you might be finding this video. So thank you for being here. I hope to see you again soon. Consider subscribing, and let's dive into the healing. So what won that vote? I wonder, what could it be? Oh, it's both. How could it be both? It's never both. It's always both. And I love that. Preemptive both and LOL to Reiki Land. Yeah, Reiki Land is a real place. It's a place that our minds go when we are given given full grace to the Reiki. So we'll bring in this beautiful clear quartz. So go ahead and make any special intentions that you have. Place them in the crystal and just ask that the universe hear them. And smoky rutilated right there. Thank you all so much for being here. It is an honor and a privilege to work with all of you today. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Let's actually do this. Oh yeah, that works well. This is very free form. It is very imperfect, but you know what? What is perfect anyway? It's just a concept that drives us nuts. It's not. Awesome. So like I said, thank you all so much for being here. Enjoy your session. I will come back for you in about 25 minutes. And yeah, this is all we need to do. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you that celebrate. It's an honor and a privilege to have you here, and I'll see you in 25. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start to come back. If you'd like, you can gently move your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You're so welcome. I hope things go well. There's currently a kitten in my lap like this. Like, give me Reiki on my stomach. Like, okay. You're welcome, Chris and Vincent. So good to see you both today. And as a reminder, I will be back tomorrow, Friday at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. You are welcome. You are most welcome, Korakar. You're welcome, Kimberly. If you are signed up for my email list or if you are on my Discord, both of which are linked in the description, tomorrow there will be an email and a message going out at some point with some special savings for the holidays and a new product launch. So, my goodness. Yeah, kitten stretch. I cannot recall a night in my neighborhood that was this quiet. It's almost creepy, but I'll take it. Oh, so much gratitude, absolutely. You're so welcome. No, I have not had any Thanksgiving fireworks yet. Give it time. Are you having Thanksgiving fireworks in your neck of the woods? Yet. Yet. It's only 9:30. Surprisingly not yet. Yeah, West Philly is not quiet. Nope. This is very strange. There's hardly even any traffic out. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wind things down here with an abundance of gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. Yeah, double parking. Yeah, that's you can't do that on my street. The trolley will just lay on the horn the whole time. So, yeah. So yeah, I do hope that you have a beautiful evening and a beautiful weekend ahead. Remember to take care of yourself. Have a beautiful evening, and I hope to see you again soon. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream. I super appreciate it. And have a beautiful, beautiful evening.